Yo, what's going on, you guys? It's your boy Underrated Mages. Today I'll be doing a video discussing new Fairy Tail anime. But before I get into this video, I just gotta say, yes, I know you guys hear me say this like every video, but new channel alert. Now I know some of you guys might be thinking, oh my god, another new channel. How many channels this guy would have? But trust me, this is going to be the final anime channel that I'm going to be making, and it is a Bleach channel. Yes, a Bleach channel. I know some of you guys are Bleach fans, some of you guys are fans of Bleach. So if you guys like Bleach, yes, Bleach is also, it's a great series. I've recently been rewatching it, and I decided, you know what, this series is so great, it's so good, but I just want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like I just want to go here and talk about it. We know the anime is going to be coming back soon, so I decided, you know what, why not go ahead and get on the Bleach wave? Like, why not just start making Bleach videos? Because, you know, after my rewatch, you know, I was a person that kind of disrespected Bleach. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I used to say a lot of disrespectful things about Bleach, but after this rewatch, I can definitely say that this series, it's amazing. It is amazing. Like, everything. The kid, like, go subscribe to my Bleach channel. There will be a lot of similar videos like this on like on my Bleach channel, but except it's just gonna be all Bleach. So if you guys are a fan of Bleach, make sure you guys go check the channel out. And yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. Now, when it comes to the Fairy Tail anime, it has been through a rough spot. Let's be honest, the Fairy Tail anime has been getting treated worse than Rihanna Shield and Chris Brown. Like, it's getting beat down so much. Like, the Fairy Tail anime, let's just start off with the beginning, like the first Fairy Tail anime that came out. You know, a lot of people were hooked onto that one. That's how I got into the series, through the first Fairy Tail anime. And I'm gonna be honest, for the most part, the first Fairy Tail anime was, I don't want to say perfect. Like, I'm not, when I say perfect, I don't mean like, you know, story writing wise, but I mean like how it was handled, how it was taken care. You know, it was done pretty good. You know, it had all the qualities and all the traits of a long running shonen, you know, to be a long running successful shonen, and it obviously paid off. You know, it had the length, which a lot of people like. Watching and catching up to long series. You know, it had the length, it had the characters, it even had the filler. Like, you know that you're going to be successful with long running shonen when you got filler. Like, it even had filler too. The animation was pretty good. You know, there was never really, like, you know, crazy jaw-dropping like animation moments for Fairy Tail, but you know, the animation never dropped down to, like, you know, trash garbage level. So for the most part, the Fairy Tail anime, the first one, was taken care of, you know, pretty good. You know, it stayed pretty true. Actually, I think it followed the manga like to the T, you know, besides the filler. So the Fairy Tail anime, the first one, was definitely treated well, and I definitely do gotta say that I enjoyed it a lot. Now, the 2014 anime, I cannot say the same thing for. Like, I'm gonna be honest, the 2014 anime, I am not the biggest fan of the 2014 anime. Now, that's not saying that I don't like the content or anything. You know, I'm not saying that I didn't like you know, the actual like material in it. I'm saying I didn't like how it was animated. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like the fact that, you know, don't get me wrong, the characters, they did look sharp, but they, like, whenever they moved, it felt like it was too stiff. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could see that, like, they kind of like sharpen each characters, which I felt like indifferent towards. Like, sometimes, like, I liked how, like, sharp, and by sharp I mean like the lines, like the chins, you know, the hair, everything was, like, you know, it was kind of like pointier than the Fairy Tail 24 than the original anime. And the 2014 anime, you know, the animation was very stiff. You know, they reused a lot of scenes, like, let's say like fighting scenes. Like, they reused a lot of fighting scenes, like whenever there would be like a battle between characters going on. And, you know, the overall, just like, I guess you could say the tone, because like the tone of a series, like, is really what sets it off. Like, if a series looks very vibrant, you know, has like very popping colors, and it's easier to attract to. But the little tone for the Fairy Tail anime, it was like dark, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just dark, and that's another reason I didn't like about the Fairy Tail 2014 anime. But the one thing that I hated the most about the 2014 anime was the fillers. The fillers were terrible, especially if you were watching it weekly. Yes, that was terrible. I remember watching it. That was the worst experience I ever experienced. The Fairy Tail 2014 anime was horrendous, terrible, garbage. But the one thing that makes it different is that people, like, I'm gonna be honest, I've never watched the filler from the original Fairy Tail anime, and yet people say, yo, the filler was actually good. You know, people, you actually hear them praise praising the you know, the filler from the original Fairy Tail anime, because usually I just say something like all filler is bad, you know what I'm saying, and then I actually see people standing up and saying stuff like, whoa, the Fairy Tail original anime filler wasn't bad. So that's how you know that the Fairy Tail anime, the original one, had some clout, because if you got people defending filler, yeah, you definitely know they're doing something right. Meanwhile, the 2014 anime, you can just all around agree that it is terrible. And this one is kind of going to be a little spoiler. Well, I can't even say it's going to be a spoiler, but this is kind of going to be something that hints towards the Fairy Tail 2018 anime. Now, we do know that 2018 anime will most likely, not even most likely, it will wrap up the Fairy Tail series. Like, I'm willing to bet that the Fairy Tail series will end off of the 2018 anime. Like, if it doesn't end off 2018 anime, then they're definitely just milking it at this point. But the one thing I do gotta say is that I have a lot of expectations for the 2018 anime, because number one, there isn't going to be a manga, you know what I'm saying, and basically that means that since there's no manga, they don't have to worry about catching up, you know, being too close to the manga. So I expect them to have no type of like slow pacing or anything. Like I said, slow pacing, I don't expect that at all, because they're going to be able to work freely, you know what I'm saying. Like they're working like just freely, you know, they're free, they're doing whatever, they can do whatever they want. And not to mention the fact that I don't expect much filler in the 2018 anime, unless it's like canon filler, where it's like something like the mangaka, like the author, like the author sometimes will put something in the anime that didn't happen in the manga, so people call that canon filler, because since it's the author doing it, they see it as canon. But you know, you always got those manga elitists who are like, oh, it didn't happen in the manga, so it's not real, you know, those type of guys. But the one thing that I do gotta say is that the 2018 anime, when it does come out, trust me, I will be on board. I will be watching. I'll be giving you guys reviews and everything, and I think that it's going to be amazing. But the thing that got me excited the most for the new Fairy Tail anime, and I'm going to be honest, I got skunked. You know, I was just scrolling on YouTube one day, and I was just scrolling around, you know, and then I happened to see a Fairy Tail Dragon Cry video pop up, like, on my suggestion, and I was like, whoa, I didn't know Fairy Tail Dragon Cry came out. But the thing that looks suspicious about this is that they were shown, like, the thumbnail had, like, Zeref, and, like, I'm not trying to spoil it, but they had him in his new clothes, if you know what I'm saying. Manga readers, you guys know what I mean. So at this point, I'm thinking to myself, whoa, does this mean that Dragon Cry is going to have that Zeref in there? Like, that Zeref in there? The one, the Spring and 12 leader? Shout out to the manga readers who know what I'm talking about. So I end up clicking the video, and I seen that Fairy Tail Dragon Cry basically animated, well, I don't want to say they animated pieces of the manga, but they animated, you know, it was kind of like a preview for the 2018 anime, because they showed acting like, yo, I'm getting goosebumps. Yo, listen, I'm gonna be honest. I know that I like trashed on the Spring and 12 arc a lot, you know what I'm saying. You know, I've been bashing it. I've been saying that it's garbage, but I don't know why, but for some reason, when I saw the preview for the like Spring and 12 arc actually being animated, I was hyped. Like, I was excited, you know. I was like, oh my gosh. So that honestly just shows that it doesn't matter how long I'm bad at Fairy Tail, like I'm always gonna be a fan of it, to be honest. Like, I can't even lie to you guys. So the one thing that I do gotta say, that it showed Acne Logia like just walking or like in some little desert, and then it actually shows Zeref and his two other subordinates, Brandish and Invel, and we actually see them like getting, like, this is set. I don't think people understand how important this is, because this is basically like, we already knew the Fairy Tail 2018 anime was confirmed, but this is basically confirmed that's going to be coming like pretty soon, because they're already animating stuff that has to do around the Spring and 12 arc. That's what makes this so amazing. Like, that's what makes this so, this is getting me so hyped for the Fairy Tail new anime coming out, because the fact that they took their time to animate stuff from the actual manga into the movie as a little gift, yo, these guys know what they're doing. So me personally, I believe that they've already started animating Fairy Tail episodes. You know, I wouldn't be surprised, because like I said, I don't think that they would have announced a new Fairy Tail anime and not have any of the work done. I think that Dragon Cry definitely does support this theory of me already having of them actually having stuff animated, because they have scenes from Dragon, like they have scenes from the, they're not necessarily from the manga, but they're kind of like, you know, preview for the manga, if you know what I'm saying. Like, the fact that they're having Zeref say, I'm about to start the biggest war, I'm about to crush them, like, this is basically just a preview, a hype up to the manga. Like, the fact that they're already putting this in the movie is very hype, and I definitely can't wait to see this new Fairy Tail anime, because listen, even like I say, I trashed the Spring and 12 arc, but there's still some amazing moments. And the animation, this might just be because of the movie, but the animation looked flames. Like for those little 40, I don't even know how long it was, for that 40-50 seconds that we seen Zeref looking down on Akmelogia, the animation looks flames. Now I don't know if it's hard to say that if they're going to have that type of animation, because that was obviously a movie that it was previewed in, but nonetheless, I'm excited. And I definitely do gotta say that, listen, the Fairy Tail anime is going to be amazing. I just can't wait until we finally get to see the new anime. Comment what you guys see down below. Subscribe if you haven't. Peace out.